Welcome to the Madagascar Spiny Forest, also known as the Madagascar Spiny Thicket. This is an ecoregion of southwestern Madagascar. We are in the Ifaty region of the spiny forest, and this is located along the southwestern coast of Madagascar. The vegetation type is found on poor substrates with low, erratic winter rainfall. The ecoregion contains an outstanding proportion of endemic plant species that is part of the Global 200. The Global 200 is the list of ecoregions identified by the WWF, the World Wildlife Fund. The Global Conservation Organization has priorities for conservation. According to the WWF, an ecoregion is defined as a relatively large unit of land or water containing a characteristic set of natural communities that share a large majority of their species dynamics and environmental conditions. The Madagascar spiny forests fall easily within this definition. It is notable that Madagascar receives multiple such Global 200 listings. Approximately 95% of the original flora in the spiny forests is endemic, which makes it the most unique ecoregion in Madagascar. Many constituent plants show extreme adaptations to drought. Spiny plants of the endemic subfamily Didyrioideae form a conspicuous component, especially towards the east. These include the octopus trees. They are woody but distantly related to cacti. The remaining component of the forests is dominated by members of the plant families Burseraceae, Euphorbiaceae, Anacardiaceae, and Fabaceae, all of which have representatives elsewhere. Known as Bosie in Malagasy, the Fony Baobab is a dominant plant species of the Ifaty region of the spiny forest. It is a small to medium-sized baobab tree reaching no more than 20 meters in height. It is considered to be the smallest of Madagascar's baobab species. The trunk is bottle-shaped, cylindrical, or occasionally tapering, usually with a distinct constriction just beneath the crown of branches. The fruit pulp is used to make juice, and in the town of Toliara, whole fruits may be sold on the markets. Annually, one tree may produce an average of 200 kilograms or 440 pounds of fruit, but the yield is very variable, and some years no fruit is produced at all. The tree itself is very rarely used in practical applications, but some people harvest the bark for making rope, and sheets of wood may be used for roofing. The Ifaty region of the spiny forest is home to a wide variety of fauna, including Standing's day gecko, an attractive lizard species.
That's a big thing.
It's really poisonous.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
Just to prove that it's deadly.
We have many different colors of the cricket king fu here.
Oh, no wonder they call it Kung Fu.
He's put half its head for protection.
It's almost a prey.
The Madagascar hissing cockroach is one of the largest species of cockroach, reaching 2 to 3 inches at maturity. They are only native to the island of Madagascar. Unlike most cockroaches, they are wingless. However, they are excellent climbers and can scale smooth glass. As the common name suggests, the Madagascar hissing cockroach is characterized by their hissing sound, which is produced when they forcefully expel air through the specially adapted respiratory openings on the fourth segment of their body.
Stop still.
The Namakwa dove is a small-bodied, long-tailed dove. The male has a black face and a red and yellow bill, while the female is more drab. A mostly solitary species, it sometimes occurs in pairs or small groups. The Namakwa dove walks on the ground, feeding on seeds. The Mahafaty Sand Snake is absent from the east. It uses almost all types of Madagascar habitat except eastern rainforest. Most individuals have intricate and distinctive buff and brown markings. Males usually are distinctly striped, while females are more drab. Like most of the 80 species of snakes that occur in Madagascar, the Mahafaty Sand Snake is non-venomous. On the other hand, the centipede is venomous and can administer a nasty bite to human beings.
It's dangerous.
I know.
Note that this scorpion has large claws and a small tail. That combination usually indicates, or so goes the common wisdom, that the species might administer a painful sting, but one that is not life-threatening. In general, the scorpions with a thick tail and small claws are the species that are more likely to be dangerously venomous. The Suimanga sunbird occurs in the Seychelles, Glorieuses, and Madagascar. It is fairly common throughout Madagascar in virtually all habitats with some woody vegetation.
Three-hole spider.
This is, what's the name of this spider again?
Three-hole spider.
Treehole. Okay. Okay, they have caught the treehole spider, which is...
As best I can determine, this is some species of Huntsman Spider, though the guides refer to it as a treehole spider. Huntsman spiders are known by this name because of their speed and mode of hunting. They are also called giant crab spiders because of their size and appearance. More than 1,000 Sparacidae species occur in most warm, temperate to tropical regions of the world, including much of Australasia, Africa, Asia, the Mediterranean basin, and the Americas. Sparacids are 8-eyed spiders. The eyes appear in 2 largely forward-facing rows of 4 on the anterior aspect of the prosoma. Many species grow very large. In Laos, for example, male giant huntsman spiders attain a leg span of 10 to 12 inches. Like most spiders, members of the family Sparacidae, the huntsman spiders, use venom to immobilize prey. They have been known to inflict serious defensive bites to humans. Huntsman spiders are occasionally regarded as a form of pest control because they feed on insects such as cockroaches and crickets. There have been reports of certain huntsman spider species inflicting severe bites. The effects vary, including localized swelling and pain, nausea, headache, vomiting, irregular pulse rate, and heart palpitations, all indicating some systemic neurological toxin effects. The Madagascar bee-eater or olive bee-eater prefers open riverine woodland, coastal plains, and wooded swamps. It is seldom far from water.
The brostipa. The brostipa means roast food. Yeah. And these baobabs have the flowers. And the flowers is in February and March. So that's the flowers of the baobab. Now it's June. So in February and March. We have 2 different colors. So from here, yellow and red. Yeah. hanger, and the hive looks like in a bottle of water. Yeah.
700 years old on this Baobab.
Yeah. Okay. So the people in the past are right here, right with Baobab. Because you know the predator of them is about people. Then always cut. When then cut and write like this. Sometimes write the name of the tree. Yeah. For example, like a tree, another tree have a many root. So Baobab is only one root, and very deep. Yeah. Yeah, right down to find the water. For example, 10 meters, it's the same up of tree. Yeah. That look like a carrot, this Baobab. Look is one. Looks like a carrot.
Oh,
This
yes.
Baobab.
Yes.
So we have found the bottle of water Baobab and the carrot Baobab. Yeah.
This, then it has this hard case,
Yeah.
and inside I can hear a seed.
Yeah.
One seed?
No. Like that. That now is not good.
No.
You have insect
Yes,
in the
yes,
Baobab.
I see.
Look,
Yeah.
you have a many seeds here.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
you
the
put it down
ants.
because it's got all the
Yes,
ants in
all
it.
flies.
Yeah.
Looks like flying ants.
You disturb nature and you pay for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Woo!
Say that it's the sour. The house from the bark, like a roof. You know roof? Roof of the house. Roof, yeah. It's made from this. Yeah. And Baobab doesn't know. It's growing. And that's a still to shoot. It's going to 1 millimeters and 12 years, like that. Slowly.
This tree's got a lot of fruit.
Yeah.
Sportive lemurs occur throughout the island of Madagascar in forested habitats, including the spiny forest. Similar in size to dwarf lemurs, sportive lemurs have a vertical rather than horizontal posture. They also tend to sit most of the time, making occasional leaps rather than constantly moving about in a tree. During the day, they sleep in cavities and forks and dense tangles. Local guides often know the whereabouts of sportive lemurs, and of course, they are happy to show these to their clients. Here we see a sportive lemur just showing its face. There it is.
Oops.
Tenrecs are among Madagascar's most engaging creatures, but are unfortunately difficult to see. There are 32 described species. However, these are rarely seen by non-specialists. One of the largest and most frequently encountered tenrecs is the Lesser-hedgehog Temrec, seen here. The Lesser-hedgehog Temrec occurs from southwestern and central western Madagascar in the spiny forest and in the dry forest. This spiny tenrec is similar to the greater hedgehog tenrec, but is smaller with a less pointed snout. The lesser hedgehog tenrec is generally nocturnal, found both in trees and on the ground. During the dry season, it estivates in a hollow tree. It feeds on invertebrates and fruit. When threatened, it will roll into a ball. 1 to 10 young are born in the wet season.
Now?
The descent of man.
Oh. Now there's some rock climbing for you.
All right.
You're a Becca will love this.
Yeah.
Woo!
Thank you. Yeah. Baobab climbing. People, as you collect the baobab fruit, make steak like this.
The Madagascar ground gecko lives mostly on the ground. It occurs in the spiny forest and the western dry forest. The long-tailed ground roller occurs only in a small portion of the spiny forest along the southwest coast, north of the town of Toliara. One of Madagascar's most distinctive birds, it has a long tail, powder blue wing patch, and boldly marked head. Less vocal than rainforest ground rollers, the long-tailed ground roller gives a variable series of toop calls, which are delivered faster than in other ground roller species. Despite the open nature of its spiny forest habitat, the long-tailed ground roller is secretive and elusive. It behaves much like a roadrunner of the American Southwest, running on its strong legs and cocking up its long tail. It eats insects. Because it occurs only in the spiny forest of southwestern Madagascar, the long-tailed ground roller is an odd avian treasure, one of the world's most enigmatic birds. Indeed, birders from around the world come to the spiny forest primarily to see this species. The crested drongo is common throughout most of Madagascar in almost any habitat with woody vegetation. The greater Vasa parrot occurs on the Comoros and Madagascar. Interestingly, Vasa parrots have one of the strangest breeding systems among birds. Males are among a small group of birds that develop a phallus, and mating takes place over protracted periods, as opposed to the blink and you miss it copulation typical of most birds. Mating can be highly social, with large and demonstrative groups of birds gathering around a courting and mating pair. The larger females are dominant, and both males and females have multiple partners. One male will bring food to the nests of several females. The white-headed Vanga is uncommon throughout Madagascar in all types of forest, including edge habitat and secondary forest. In the west, large numbers of white-headed and sickle-billed Vangas sometimes roost together and even nest together. The Madagascar hoopoe is fairly common throughout much of Madagascar, although scarce or absent in the east. It uses natural woodland and forest, as well as human-modified habitats. The Crested Coua is the most widespread of Coua species in Madagascar. It is found in forests throughout Madagascar. However, it is most common in dry forest and tolerates degraded forest as well. There are two distinctive subspecies of capped couas, one with a red cap and one with an olive-brown cap. Red-capped couas occur in western Madagascar in dry forest. Green-capped couas occur in spiny forest and other dry woodland habitats in the southwest. We are, of course, seeing the green-capped coua here.
canoe.